What causes the seasons?
The angle of the Earth on its axis in rotation around the sun.
The Earth, when it rotates on its axis and it's spinning and it gets closer when it's tilted and it spins around, it gets closer to the sun and then farther away.
The Earth sits on its axis. When it revolves around the sun, the axis gets closer and farther away.
Because the world is on a tilt in its axis and it spins and it gets closer and farther away from
I
the sun.
think we have seasons because the Earth rotates on its own axis and around the sun. So we're at varying distances from the sun, and that creates seasons.
We have seasons because of the Earth's tilt, but it doesn't work the way many people believe it does. Although the tilt does have an effect on the Earth's distance from the sun, it isn't why we have seasons. The tilt doesn't cause a certain hemisphere to be significantly closer to the sun, but it does provide a hemisphere with longer days and more direct sunlight. This is what causes our hemisphere to warm up in the spring and summer. Likewise, in the winter, the sun is lower in the sky because the Earth is tilted away from the sun, resulting in shorter days and less direct sunlight.
Yes, because the Earth is on a balanced system, so seasons are the Earth balancing itself out through nature. That's why we have so many earthquakes and stuff now. It's because it's all out of whack.
I think we need seasons to live.
Why?
Well, because if it was hot all the time, we wouldn't have certain animals, and or food and plants couldn't grow if it was winter all the time.
Yes, because various crops grow in different seasons, and we need the crops for
What do you
food.
think it'd be like if we didn't have like the seasonal change? If we didn't have the axial tilt?
I think that'd be really bad news.
Why would we not have them? Was the Earth standing still now?
I think the Earth would probably be boring even if we could survive.
So no seasons at all.
I also think, right, it would mess stuff up.
Deserts all the time.
Without Earth's axial tilt, life would be completely different. Scientists believe that the population would congregate around the equator because without seasons, areas closer to the North and South poles would be too cold for survival. The climate where we could live would be hot, humid, and rainy, much like the tropics we have now. In a climate like this, viruses would thrive. Without seasons, many crops that are commonplace, like wheat, wouldn't be able to grow, meaning our food supply and our population would be drastically smaller.
This means much less time for science, so no Einstein or his theory of relativity, or art, so no Leonardo da Vinci or the Mona Lisa. There wouldn't be time for anything outside of getting food and trying to survive.
Axial tilts and seasonal change have a huge impact on the planet's habitability. This is something that scientists study in exoplanets to figure out if they might be capable of harboring life. It is hard to predict what the world would look like if we didn't have seasons. One thing is certain though, without them, life as we know it would cease to exist.